In the dead of night, as cars flash across the highway, some travelers glimpse something that sends a cold shiver straight down their spine. Sometimes a shadow, sometimes a still lifeless figure frozen so perfectly that even the wind feels silent. But the question remains, who is he? And why does he appear on the edge of lonely freeways? Tonight we uncover the truth behind this chilling mystery. This is a whisper from history, where forgotten voices rise again. Shadows gather over the long ribbons of American freeways as engines hum through the night, and headlights carve narrow tunnels of light through the darkness. It is in this uneasy space between certainty and the unknown that a strange figure has been witnessed again and again. A figure drivers began to whisper about in quiet, uneasy tones. They called him the Static Man. The first reports rose quietly from the western interstate corridors, where lone truckers spoke of a man standing motionless beside the asphalt, his outline shaking as if wrapped in invisible waves of distortion. Some said he appeared only for a heartbeat and then vanished the moment a vehicle passed. Others insisted he remained frozen, watching every driver who dared meet his gaze. But who was he really, and why did he linger at the edge of so many roads? As the sightings spread eastward, highway patrol logs began to fill with uneasy notes, describing a tall, gaunt figure wearing clothes that seemed out of time. Witnesses described hair lifted by a wind that was not there, and skin that shimmered as though a thin veil of old static clung to him. No one ever saw him move. Not a single step, not a single turn of the head. He simply existed like a glitch that refused to fade, but this was only the beginning. Late one storm-heavy night, a young couple driving toward the Nevada border reported a chilling scene. Rain hammered the windshield and thunder rolled low across the desert. Then the headlights caught him standing in the center of the road, not beside it, not near the shoulder. Dead in the center, the couple braked and swerved, but when their car stopped, he was gone. No footprints, no wet trail, only the lingering pressure of being watched. Why did he appear so boldly on that night? Investigators started compiling patterns. The Static Man was most often seen along stretches of highway built in the late 50s and early 60s, areas known for rushed construction, hidden faults, and more than a few unreported accidents. Across old archives, a story began to surface about a worker lost during a collapse during the early highway expansion. His body was never recovered, swallowed by dirt machines, and silence. Officials closed the file and time moved on. Yet some locals believed the ground never truly let go of him. The truth was far darker than anyone imagined. One retired foreman finally spoke years later, recalling how a man had vanished during a graveyard shift and how supervisors had ordered the crew to keep quiet to avoid halting federal funding. Buried under concrete and speed, the forgotten worker became another ghost of progress. But what if something of him remained, not flesh, not spirit, but a flicker caught between signals of the living world and the weight of unfinished stories? As decades passed, reports of the Static Man aligned eerily with the old map of that lost work zone where the freeway bent unnaturally sharp, where locals warned new travelers not to drive alone after midnight, where radios sometimes filled with soft crackling even when switched off. Drivers swore the same thing, a figure on the shoulder, frozen as if trapped in a moment that refused to release him. The sightings continue even today, a silent witness to the cost hidden beneath the road, a man who never moves, never speaks, and never leaves. The freeways race forward, but he remains anchored to a single moment, a static echo of a life cut short, left to stand forever in the glow of passing headlights. Even today, as cars pass that lonely stretch of highway, some drivers claim the shadow still watches. them motionless, silent, frozen in a moment that never releases its grip. The only question is, will the next traveler who sees him have the courage to speak about what they witnessed, or will they too become part of this story forever suspended in static? If you enjoyed this story, make sure to subscribe to the channel